Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me root for the home team.
Hey everybody, welcome back for another inning of Fantasy Basebrawl. I'm Naz. Today I'm going to show you another deck using a commander from the new Final Fantasy expansion. So today we got Tidus, Blitzball Star. This version of Tidus is an Azorius commander, white and blue. Whenever an artifact you control enters, you put a 1/1 counter on him, and whenever Tidus attacks, you tap target creature an opponent controls. So I was refining this one over the past couple days. I think I spread myself a little too thin originally. I found it's probably better to get more token generation, and unfortunately there's really not a lot of deck cards that generate treasure for Azorius. But we do have things in this deck like where's it, the Sword of Wealth and Power. That'll get you tokens if Tidus can make contact, which he most likely can, given that he can tap down opposing creatures. But I did try to put in as many things that generate 2-for-1 value. So you've got, like as an example, like the Scrapwork Cohort. You get 2 artifacts. It'll trigger Tidus' ability twice. I didn't put very many non-artifact creatures in this deck unless they were like a 2-for-1. I put, this shifted version of Urza, Lord High Artificer in the deck because you get the free artifact token. Plus, the abilities that it provides are phenomenal for this deck. You got something like Karn Living Legacy. Those Power Stone tokens do count as artifacts, obviously, and they'll trigger Tidus. See, Galma the Shaper. You know, every time it swings, you're going to get a token, and which will trigger. Morel, Shield of Argive. You know, again, just more attack, more tokens. Attack, more tokens. Just anything that'll get you more tokens. The Dollmaker's Shop. If you get this, turn 2 and then Tidus turn 3, if your opponent doesn't have an answer, you're in good shape. Also, the ability of Tidus, when an artifact hits, you'll want to have some artifact lands. So I've got the Razortide Bridge. I have the, where is it? Seat of the Synod and Darksteel Citadel. All 3 of those will trigger his ability. I wish there was an artifact land that would generate white mana, but unfortunately I don't think they have that yet. You get, some standard removal. Stuff to mess with the enemy. We got 1 standard board sweep and then Farewell to get around pesky things like Indestructible or decks that over-specialize. Like your like Shrine decks you're going to come across. I did also toss in River's Rebuke, and so that way, if you got again, gets around Indestructible, gets around over-specialization, things like that. But this here's the deck list, if you want to take a look at it before we start. And with that being said, let's play Brawl. This is good. Try to overwhelm the opponent. I think my opponent will try to be building up to casting this, so really the only option I have is to be faster. Not great, but just in case he has removal for Oswald. No real point in swinging with this. Luckily, we don't have to worry about chump blockers necessarily. If you're not familiar, Tidus is the main character of Final Fantasy X, which I generally consider to be the last really good Final Fantasy that Square put out, all the way back in 2001. Oftentimes, people will call him Tidus, and that's actually what I used to call him when I first started playing the game. I don't think I learned his name was Tidus until Kingdom Hearts came out, about a year later. Well, I don't think he's got another land, otherwise he'd be casting this already. Yeah, Great Henge, that ain't bad. Alright. Go ahead and take it, not a big deal. Nothing really big to cast right now. Let's go ahead and draw some cards. Alright, good. Got emergency board wipes right here if we need them. Alright, that's good. He'll likely try to cast his commander, but we got Wash Away for that. Yeah, opponent's not going to bother. Go ahead and cast the Simulacrum Synthesizer so we can scry 2. Don't really need another island. Don't really need more mana right now. Draw some more cards. If I cast the Midnight Clock, that would... Yeah, that's going to be the way to go. Oof, that's no good. Okay. Give it hexproof from white. I don't like this guy having... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this out. and bring out Urza. I did that wrong. I should have drawn some cards first. Okay, the Cataclysmic Gearhulk. I think what I'm going to do is, let's go ahead and sack that. Bring out the Roaming Throne. Swing. Fine. Fine. Okay. Carnage Tyrant. Left this up to chump block. Okay. Okay, we have enough mana to activate this, so we'll go ahead and draw off 2 cards. I want to leave a counter spell up. Swing with everything. And that's it. If you're a longtime fan of the Final Fantasy series, and even if you're not, you're most likely aware of the Tidus laughing meme. A lot of people would point to this scene as an example of, oh, the voice acting isn't very good. Not realizing that scene's taken out of context. The whole point of that scene is that Tidus is doing a forced laugh because Yuna tells him that she wants to, you know, hear a lot of laughter on her journey. And that if you listen to the Japanese version as well, it still sounds basically the same forced laugh. Yeah, I've played against this deck before with other commanders. I'd like some removal of some kind, or a sweep, or some counters. I'll risk it, try something different. give him a target. Okay. I'm going to assume he's going to want to get that commander out as fast as possible, but... Let it go through. Artifact land triggers. Oof. But don't worry, I've got a plan already. You know, I think I am going to go ahead and block the Kodama. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Simulacrum. Fish up another island. Sack it. Might Stone, Weak Stone. Get rid of it. Puzzle Knot. Board wipe would be coming very handy right now. This is my fault. I don't know what I have for 6. I could sack the Might Stone, Weak Stone. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Because you never know. Oof. Okay, we'll get rid of Smeagol. Okay, got 2 artifacts. Gonna try to theoretically get into something. I could draw 2 cards if I counters are good, but there's something up. Oh, I thought it was his ultimate ability. Okay, so we need some creatures now. Wash away. That better not be Veil of Summer. Might as well double block and get... Well... No. There's Spark out.
Device is finished, as are you.
Maybe I should have drawn. Okay. I'll go ahead and drop Skreld. Make him pay. So we hopefully know other tricks. Yep. Alright. Go ahead and keep. Normally I'd wait to play this, but on the offhand chance I do pull an island, I want to be able to have the counter up. I don't see this commander very often. Okay. Give him a target. And if he can't do anything, then we're going to start ratcheting up some good stuff here. Block. Okay, so we'll bring out Tidus. One trigger. Another trigger. I don't know what our opponent might have. I think he's going to have to choose between either... if he's only got spot removal, then he's got to choose between one of these two. And of course he'd have that. destruction drone. Now I can use this to tap for blue for the counter spell. I won't bring out Oswald yet. I think I'd rather get lost in myself. A spell fizzle out. I don't want him getting a lot of treasure tokens. Okay, now want to leave that counter spell up. Again. Right. Let him have his signet. I don't think I have to worry about anything just yet, so let's go ahead and do this. Discard one of these islands. No more stuff. No, Chroma's Memorial wouldn't be half bad. Don't have to worry about damage. Got plenty of lands. Don't really need those 3. As a matter of fact, so we're going to head and tap him for white. Oh, wait a minute. That didn't work. Hello. No. I guess we'll have to wait next turn. Oof. I can't help but feel he's got something bigger coming up, so we'll save the counter spell. Yeah, like that. Kind of want a sweeper, but create a chump blocker. drawing into anything. Not sweeps, not nothing. The Memorial probably won't do me any good anymore. Ah, so close. Nah, that wouldn't do any good even if I drew into something. Yeah, I can't get that. Just one more land. Alright. We forfeit. You see, these are the kind of matches I enjoy. That even if I lose, you don't get just mowed over. Okay, we got a Joda deck. I imagine he's gonna try to get a lot of mono rocks out, so this would probably be good. Yeah, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. Save this for Tidus is coming. This is also very good. Okay. I imagine he's going to want to try to get Joda out as fast as possible, so we'll have Wash Away for that. It's all right. Still got enough to cast Wash Away if need be. Worry. Man, he does not want that commander out. I cannot let him have that. Worry. Be nice to have the Ether Spark out now. Doesn't have a lot left in his hand. I imagine he would want to cast that. On the other hand, no. Let's be patient. On the offhand chance he's got some kind of really good non-creature spell. Yeah, that'll be okay. Start making them choose between one of these. I'd still have enough left for the Shadowbringer. Let's go ahead and do that. Ooh, I have to sack my artifact land. Oh, from among non-land permanents, of course. Okay. Okay. See what he draws into. Nope, nothing. Okay, forgets that this is going to get me some... Oh no, I'm going to get to attack. Alright, God, 2 cards would be worth it. Go ahead and... I need sun. I need a counter. I need... Or a targeted removal or a board removal. Oh, but what I could do... Go ahead and we're going to sack the Gear Hulk. Blockers now. Leave this open in case. I mean, the odds of him having a non-creature spell, I think, are slim to none. But okay. Alright, let's go ahead and sack the Ether Spark just for something. Okay. Doesn't matter, so I'm going to have the Simulacrum. Point. Okay. Thank God it wasn't a legendary. Oh, there you go. This is a great card. The worst is when your opponent gets this on turn 3. It's like you're pretty much finished. So back on the subject of our friend Tidus, a lot of people argue that he's not a great protagonist. They say he's, whiny, a spoiled brat. I never saw him that way. Should be good. Good hand. You have to understand, Tidus is somebody that got isekai'd out of his reality into a new reality. I think just about anybody is going to be like... that would drive anybody, to at least an initial depression. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The problem I really have a lot of times with landfall style decks, it's not necessarily the composition of the deck itself. So much as some of the best cards are always sequentially in the opening hand, if not top decked. If I don't have a board, well, even if I draw a board sweeper, it won't do me any good. I wouldn't be able to cast it without 2 white. Alright, well. I was going to give this a shot. He's holding priority, which means he probably has something for hexproof, but I don't even care. He's already won at this point. To me, landfall decks are extremely cookie cutter. I mean, pretty much, you'll always see this and this. I'm not going to sit here and wait for him to trigger for the next 5 minutes. And while we're on the subject of, shuffling and is arena, I never participate in this ever. I don't want there to be an algorithm based on if I like it or not. I prefer just completely random games. I do want to do a future episode with my thoughts, if you care to hear them, about how I feel about, is arena rigged? Is the shuffler rigged? Is there just, too many coincidences? I like having exercise for Tidus, but I got really nothing else. Too much hard cast. Let's try something different. Getting these 2 cards, but again, like I said, the shuffler is great, man. At least we can counter Tidus. Probably one of the better counters out there. Let's get Karn out first.
It warms my heartstone to see every power stone use our cause.
This just creates a chump blocker against protection from blue. Wait, did I do that right? Oh no, I don't have an... Yeah, shoot. Okay. And drop this, that'll give him protection from that.
Every power stone fuels our cause.
Still don't have enough to cast this without tapping that. Miracle top deck from the opponent. Oh, well, okay.
I choose peace, not war.
Board wipe wouldn't do any good.
Dominaria's treasures will aid us in our fight.
Just gonna draw into something. Okay. Second chump blocker. I imagine this is going to be a board wipe. That's interesting. Out. Ironic. Okay.
The Thran still have secrets to uncover.
So we can go ahead and counter his next move and then return Tidus back to his hand. I have enough to get around the ward. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're good. Urza. Key to the vault. Token.
Geometric perfection.
Flashing the Gear Hulk. God, if only it doesn't work on sorceries, unfortunately. You know what? This will give us a very powerful creature to work with. Doesn't have Death Touch, so... Go ahead and draw a card. The mine. Some kind of flyer to get around this. I don't think I have flying in this deck. However, that gets rendered indestructible, obviously. See the difference between his deck and an all or nothing commander. I literally only played Tidus once this entire match. I was able to make the deck synergize enough where I don't need my commander. It's great if he's out. Whereas something like this, he had nothing else to go with. His deck is entirely dependent on getting in with his commander and using my own cards against me. And if you neutralize this commander, it's nothing. So I try to avoid decks like that. And I got time for one more. Oh, here we go now. Star-Crossed Lovers, Tidus versus Yuna. Heavy enchantments, I'd assume. I like all of this except for Jin-Gitaxias, but you know what? Go ahead. Let's go for it. Couldn't even sleeve up with Yuna for his own deck. Tisk, tisk. Unfortunately, there are no Tidus sleeves. Otherwise, I would have used it, but I figure his sweetheart can be a part of the deck, even if she can't. And that's something I'll discuss in a later episode. Oops. We'll let that through. So only one spell. So I think what we're going to go with is... Because if he casts Yuna next turn, that's it. He's not going to be able to do anything. He has no enchantments to resurrect. So let's go with the Simulacrum Synthesizer. Ooh, Exercise or... Unfortunately, I don't have any land. Okay. But we'll swing in, trigger, get around the chump block. There's Yuna. We can take it. We can take 3. Okay, so she doesn't get any kind of... that's only on their turn. So let's go ahead. We'll say get lost. Prison. Remember, you can't that applies to you too, my friend. I do not like that. I'm going to go ahead. Because his self-restriction is hurting him, too. I'm going to go ahead and play the Mox. I don't think we got a lot of time for Jhin. Urza would... I don't want to give up Urza either, but... I guess if we gotta sack somebody, let's sack Jhin. Hoping for another land. He's got one choice, or he's got one decision to make, I should say, when he wants to play. Okay. Do it for him. exactly what I wanted. I don't think he can flash anything in, so let's... Oh, and I can't attack him. Oops. Well. Ooh. Does that cost 3? Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it then. Okay. Chump block with a non-flyer. Wait. Hmm. I was wondering when he was going to pull that out. Okay, he's holding off. Get rid of the prison, get rid of this. And that's that. Yeah, this ended up hurting him a lot more than it did me. So I'll say thanks. Alright, well there you have it, folks. That was the deck. Again, my whole thing was you wanted to be able to get continuous tokens out, or artifacts anyway. Again, that's why the inclusion of Dollmaker's Shop, of things like Mirel, Shield of Argive, you know, doubling down with the Simulacrum Synthesizer, things like that. So if you see anything I can improve upon, as always, go ahead and leave your comments. I'm always appreciative. As a matter of fact, I'll give a shout out to, not for this deck, in my last video, Bro with Glasses 8008 made a suggestion, so I'll definitely be going ahead and implementing that moving forward with the Ognis deck. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. Again, please like and subscribe. We're going to try something a little different tomorrow for Sunday. It's not... I don't really plan on making a new deck so much as trying a different form of entertainment / discussion. You know, here's some other channels you might enjoy. Putting them up right now. You can have a look at them. They're all pretty good. And, you know, hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope we find you safe at home. Thank you.
You probably shouldn't laugh anymore.